For those of you that don't know, I'm Maggie, and I'm really excited to be getting back into some sort of routine. Since we're working from home every day with everything going on right now, I feel like this finally makes it feel like a Saturday. And to make matters even more normal, we have another product empties video. As I've mentioned 1,000,001 times before, Brian and I are hopefully getting married in June. Who knows what the landscape is going to look like by then, but we're just continuing on. But one thing is for certain, we have to move in a couple of months because my lease ends in May. He still has an apartment that maybe we can move into. We are in the process of trying to buy a house right now, but I don't know. Everything is a little bit uncertain. One thing's for sure, I need to get rid of stuff and I need to use up products that have already been opened. So the first product, pretty boring, but I did go through an entire toothpaste. I use the Sensodyne Pronamel with gentle whitening. I have these teeth like over on the sides, kind of in the back, that are really sensitive. My dentist is not overly concerned. He says just do gentle brushing in those areas just to decrease any additional wear and tear, and use some sort of sensitive toothpaste to help out with it. And I have found that this does help a lot. Now, it still has some sensitivity. This has definitely worked to improve that, and I always like to throw in a little extra whitening because who doesn't? Another standby product, I always have one of these on hand. This is the Paulas Choice 2% BHA Skin Perfecting Liquid Exfoliant. It has salicylic acid, and this, if you don't know much about Paula's Choice, maybe you've heard of, because this is their #1 selling product. I have used this product since probably the 7th grade. My mom found Paula's Choice many moons ago. For perspective, I'm now like 5 years out of college, so I've used it for a really long time. This one in particular is the liquid exfoliant. I have been used to the gel exfoliant most of my life, and I honestly prefer it. This I ran out of super fast. I think I got this in December and ended up running out of it in March. Lasted 3 months. I feel like that's a decent amount of time, but the gel lasts so much longer, and I feel like it's just a little bit more controlled. I feel like I was honestly overusing this product, but couldn't really get the right quantities each time. For the sake of my money, because they cost the same, I prefer the gel because it lasts longer and is just as effective. And that's the thing I will say about this. They do work the same, I just prefer the gel format. Now what this does, and it says it on the bottle here, is it unclogs and shrinks your enlarged pores, smooths and evens your skin tone, and it's a lightweight liquid that absorbs quickly. I would say the same for the gel. This is what I use almost every night. If you're not used to using exfoliants, I would recommend using it every other day instead. But I put this on right after I cleanse because I want it like working into my skin, and it does a really good job of evening out the skin tone, just as it says, unclogging pores, really shrinking them to where you wake up the next morning and your pores are smaller. It also does a really good job at fighting any texture that's on your face. So if you notice little bumps that are coming up, use this, and after, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, they're pretty much gone. This really is a powerhouse product. I am never ever without this, ever. I even like travel with this because the full size bottle, not in the liquid but in the gel, is I think 3.3 ounces, so it's safe to fly with on planes, so it always comes with me. I don't like missing a night of this. I love it. Another major standby is my Schmitz Lavender and Sage deodorant. I feel like I go through these rather quickly, and I also feel like the price of these are going up and up and up. But I've done several videos on natural deodorants if you're not totally familiar with what that kind of line of products look like, so I'll be sure to link those in the eye and in the description box below. But this, spoiler alert, is my favorite. This is definitely the cheapest at Target. I think this now retails for $6.99 instead of the $4.99 that it used to cost. But at CVS or other drugstores, this is as high as $11.99, and I do not know how they can get away with price gouging it like that. I have no idea. The lavender and sage scent specifically is the one that I continue to go for, that I feel like works the best with me and my body chemistry. And that's the thing with natural deodorants, they're so unique to each individual user, so you have to figure out what works. But I just like kind of the grittiness to this. This also has arrowroot powder and baking soda, and I've realized that's the type of natural deodorant formula that I prefer. My body doesn't do super well with the coconut oil based ones. I do a lot of sweating with that, and I feel like the arrowroot powder and baking soda in this does a pretty good job of helping me when I'm sweating. You still sweat, it's not an antiperspirant, but these types of formulas do a better job on me and maybe other sweaty people too, so give it a shot. I recently talked about this in a favorites video, and so it's no surprise that I ran out of it. This is the Kristen S Dry Finish Working Texture Spray. This is just one of their little mini travel sizes because I do love to travel with some sort of texture spray. I try not to wash my hair every single day, and so traveling with things like dry shampoo and texture spray help really revive your hair the next day. But also I usually like to have a full bottle of this to do the same thing at home. These products, as I've mentioned before, smell so good, and her nozzles work really, really well. Like, I just think that she's created such a high quality product. They're not the cheapest things in the world. You're still spending like $15 to $18 per product of hers, but that's so much better than other things on the market right now that I'll take it. Again, this is readily available at Target. You can also get these online. I just love her products. I think her packaging looks very professional. It just makes you feel like you're not buying like a drugstore or Target product. Do you know what I mean? Not that any of that matters. It's an extremely effective product by itself. We'll stick with the hair theme, and I'm also out of this Batiste Tropical Dry Shampoo. Now, I love Batiste Dry Shampoos. I've tried their blush scent, their cherry scent, the tropical scent, and their original. I think of all of them, my favorite is the blush. The tropical is a little bit too pineapple-y in my opinion, but the formula throughout all of them, despite what scent, or maybe if you're buying the brunette one or something like that, they all work just as effectively. They do leave some white in your hair, for sure, but it does such a good job of soaking up the oils, and it can easily just be kind of zhuzhed out. I don't mind it. These are such a reasonable price point. You can find them anywhere. In fact, I really like to order these 4 packs of travel sizes on Amazon because, again, as I mentioned, I always like to keep dry shampoo in my travel bag. It's a non-negotiable. Another empty that I'm really proud of because this means that I finally committed to double cleansing, and this is the Farmacy Green Clean Makeup Meltaway Cleansing Balm. If you've maybe never tried this exact one, but you've heard of the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, this is the same idea. So this was just like a balmy, softer, almost like chapstick feeling like. Rub it in your hands and you put it on your dry face, and it does just as the package states. It kind of melts it away. You can really feel the mascara kind of getting off of your eyelashes, and you can really get your face makeup off, and it's just a really great first step so that when you go in with your cleanser is actually cleaning your skin and it's being a little bit more effective. I had a really nice commenter one time explain to me that like, well, truly you don't want a one-step cleansing process because then you're just moving the makeup all over your face. You still have some residue, and then your skincare is not being as effective. So in the long run, double cleansing is just something that I've wanted to commit to. The next thing that I want to try, rather than this balm, because I didn't really like digging my fingers in there each day, is some type of cleansing oil that's in a pump or that's in a bottle that I can squeeze out. So if you have any recommendations for cleansing oils, please let me know. And I did like this. I think that the scent was really good. It was a really effective product. It's just a little bit expensive, and so that's why I don't want to go for it again, especially when I think that I would prefer a different application method, if that makes sense. Okay, next up, these bottles are so tricky to look at after you've used it up. This is the Grown Alchemist Polishing Facial Exfoliant in Pink Grapefruit. I liked this stuff, but I feel like it was just a little bit too abrasive. The actual little polishing microcrystals in it were very rough. This is definitely not something that I would repurchase, but it was definitely an effective facial exfoliant. While this was a little bit too rough, I feel like the one that I have right now in my shower that's marketed as a micro polish is not abrasive enough. So there is a fine balance. I think that my favorite type of formula is that of the Kate Somerville Exfoliate, or maybe the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion one. Those are my ideal kind of facial physical exfoliants. And I like to use these every other day, every 2 days in the shower. Because I am chemically exfoliating my skin quite often throughout the week, I don't want to also physically exfoliate and create an over exfoliation situation on my face. But I do find that this does a really good job, especially in the summer months when I'm greasier and my pores are a bit more clogged, to actually cleaning those out and keeping my face bump free and like unclogged and things like that. So there's definitely a place for a physical exfoliant. It's just not used for me as often, so it takes me a long time to go through these. I mentioned that I had a lot of makeup wipes, and so I'm glad that I finally worked through this pack. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Water Cleansing Cloths. 20 come in a pack. I think this costs somewhere around the $3 to $5 mark, so super duper affordable. You can find these on the e.l.f. website, or at Target is actually where I got mine. Now, one thing to note is these are a little bit more expensive than their black packaging, just their original makeup wipes, but I do like these a lot better. I feel like they're on the whole more saturated and do a better job of actually removing my makeup. These These say that these are alcohol free. It says this is a hydrating, gentle cleansing cloth that easily removes makeup and helps nourish the skin with purified water. It's infused with aloe and vitamins B and E. The cloths cool on contact and soothe and moisturize the skin. I mean, it's just a cold, wet rag. Of course it's going to cool on contact. These are great for the price point. I'm currently working through many packs that I got from Costco. Will absolutely never do that again, by the way. It's way too many makeup wipes, and I feel like they're already kind of drying out even when they haven't been opened. So I'm doing the best that I can, but I really do like these. Next up is something I haven't talked about in a really long time, and just wanted to bring awareness that I am still working through these razors and I am still using the Billie razor. So within each pack of these that come based on your frequency and how often you shave, for me personally, these packs come every 3 months. It comes with 3 replacement cartridges in the bag. So pretty much each shipment gives me about 3 months of shaves, because I don't change this every 4 shaves or 8 shaves or whatever their recommendation is, because I do truly feel like the blades stay sharp and I just don't shave all that often. This is what the heads look like. They come with this kind of like aloe lotiony outer ring, 5 blades. I feel like it gives you a really close shave. I do not have sensitive skin. I have to throw that out there. I don't feel like I get razor burn at all. I'm not very prone to that. I'm even somebody that is sometimes lazy and doesn't use conditioner or shaving gel or anything and just shave my legs, and I still don't have issues with these razors. I love the handle and how it can magnet to your shower wall with this little triangular magnetic piece that it comes with. It's really easy to change these heads. I've gotten so many comments from people that are like, you're not even mentioning how these razor heads fly off of the razor all the time. And I'm like, I just haven't experienced that. I don't drop my razor a whole lot, so maybe that's why. But I can't talk about an experience that I haven't had, and so I can only talk about the positive experience that I've had using this razor. I think I made my first Billie video back in 2017 or 2018, so I've been using these for several years with success. But while I'm talking about this, I am interested in the competitor Flamingo. They kind of have things for the same price points, and it's the same idea, like you can get these sent to your door, but they also sell the Flamingo ones at Target. So if you'd be interested in me kind of doing a Flamingo test and comparing it to Billie, I'd be more than happy to do that. In fact, I think I might. That would be a good test. Next up, this hyaluronic acid from the Inky List. This is something I also recently talked about in a product favorites video, because I've realized that I really like the consistency of this. I have another hyaluronic acid right here that I'm pretty much out of, that I also mentioned and compared to in that video. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this, but this is a lot thicker gel-like formula, and this is a lot runnier, and I feel like I honestly prefer this. The Inky List is also a relatively inexpensive brand that you can find at Sephora, so I can totally see myself repurchasing this for added moisture next winter. I feel like in the summer, I really don't need as much moisture as I'm putting on my skin in these colder months, even though happy spring. It's officially spring and it's like 30 degrees outside in Dallas. Who knew? This was such a great surprise and something that was kind of unexpected, especially because this Jane Iredell Beauty Prep Hyaluronic Serum is so much more expensive. So I was really excited that my taste happens to be in favor of the runnier, more liquidy formulas than they are in the serum form. So just a good test. It was a good thing for me to know. So I will likely be repurchasing the Inky List one, not this Jane Iredell one, for sure. My favorite L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This is the Voluminous Lash Paradise, to be exact. This mascara just works on me. And I recently tried the Milk Kush mascara that came in the Sephora birthday gift. I was so excited about it. I'd heard so many great things, and y'all, that stuff transferred so bad under my eyes. At the end of the day, I had little raccoon eyes. It was horrible. And I remember after using that, I was like, so many other mascaras used to do this, and I haven't had that problem in years since I started using the Lash Paradise. In fact, even the traditional L'Oreal Voluminous, not the Lash Paradise, does the same thing to me, and this doesn't. This does dry out relatively quickly, but I feel like I get a good 3 months use out of this, and it's pretty much completely empty. Like, I don't feel like I'm wasting product, but it is pretty dry and flaky at this point. I feel like that's the recommended amount of time that you change mascaras anyway, so not like a huge downside for me. Maybe they improved the formula, because I feel like this lasted longer than usual, but just know if you struggle with transfer under your eyes, or like maybe you have to always set your under eyes if you're going to use a different mascara and you don't always have those powders, or you don't want to buy an additional product, honestly, this does such a great job of lengthening and volumizing and keeping your lashes looking good and spread out and fluttery all day that I don't see a point in changing, so I'm not. Also, out of a couple of travel products, I'm not going to touch on these for long. This is the Aesop Geranium Leaf Body Cleanser. This actually came a long time ago in a little away luggage mini suitcase kit that I got that came with a gift card. Very cute. I really liked this. Smelled really good and luxurious. And then also this Nest Moss and Mint Conditioner. I've been working through different size travel products in an effort to get rid of a lot. These were just two of the latest things that I've worked through. Both were great, but I'm not going to go and like repurchase the full size of these. This Murad Retinol Youth Renewal Eye Serum. I don't have a lot of thoughts on this because, to be entirely honest, I am not in need of an eye cream right now. I'm pretty much using these that I get in little like sample kits or as like additional samples with purchase as I get them as a preventative step. So I can't say that I noticed a ton of difference in using this eye cream. I think I'm around the age, I'm 28 right now, where you're supposed to start introducing retinols to your skin slowly but surely. So I was excited to try this. I just can't tell you how effective it is. I feel like maybe somebody with more problem under eyes, or maybe somebody that deals with bags or crepiness or something like that would be a better judge for you, but it was fine. I just don't think I would repurchase it because I know that this is super duper expensive, and that's not my top concern right now. The last empty product, and then I'll get on to the products that just need to go. This is the Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim. I really love this stuff. I think that this is a dead ringer for that Anastasia brow wiz that everybody used to talk about. I feel like the drugstore has really stepped it up as far as brow products are concerned, but I'm not somebody that does a whole lot of maintenance on my brows. I don't do a big statement brow. I legitimately just fill in the sparse areas, brush through it, and then move on. And I think that this does a great job. This color is my exact brow color. Have not found anything better. I'm actually already on a new one of these, and I will continue to buy this for sure. I have mine in the shade 260 Deep Brown, and that's this color right here to a T. So if you have eyebrows that are similar to mine and you really like that fine tip little pencil application with the spoolie on the other end, and I haven't had issues with this spoolie breaking off that I did with like the L'Oreal pencil that's pretty much the same thing. I love this thing. Really love it if you're looking for a new, super affordable brow product. Okay, this was the big kahuna that just didn't work for me, and I feel like, let me tell you what it is. This is the PETA Jane by PETA Murgatroyd. For all you Dancing with the Stars fans out there, that's how this product got me originally. This is their Perfection Tanning Mist. It gives you instant color, it's quick drying, and it firms and tightens. We'll see about that. It says that it's paraben free. So because we're all self-isolating right now, I was like, there is no better time to try a self-tanning product that could go really wrong. So I got in my shower and I'm trying to like spray this on my legs. It advises you to spray 10 inches from your skin. That is so hard to gauge. With this spray type applicator, it is so hard to get it even. I had like these weird streaks because it does give you some instant color, but I don't think that's necessarily a good thing in this case. It was turning out so bad. I only did it on one leg and could see just like patches from the get-go, and I was like, no, we've got to wipe this off immediately. So I basically turned the shower on and I was just like rubbing my skin off really fast. It also did not smell good. It had a very like self-tanning smell. I think that I could definitely benefit from some self-tanner right now, but this is not going to be the one for me. I really need to try like a mousse or a lotion that would give me a lot more confidence, give me a lot more control in where it's going. They're just so expensive, and so I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but if you have good recommendations for self-tanning products that are relatively clean, please let me know. And that is everything. That was a lot of empty products. Again, I'm still shocked every single month that I'm able to actually film these videos, but that's just the power of slowing down your buying, using up half-used products, diving into the backs of your drawers and in your closets to really reach products that you've been neglecting because you wanted the next newest best thing. I'm still learning about myself. You know, I still learned like what type of hyaluronic acid that I prefer, and I'm learning what type of cleansing balms I prefer, or cleansing oils rather. I'm rediscovering some of my favorite products like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, but it's just a good practice to use up what you have, especially in a time when we probably shouldn't be rushing to the stores anyway. This is a really good time to put to use things that you've been avoiding or that you've just forgotten about over time. So if you're on a big binge right now, since we're all inside doing a whole lot of nothing, I will be sure to get the playlist of all of my product empties in the description box for you so that you can go watch some more if you're interested in my thoughts on products. These are some of my favorite videos that I get to film. I think that it gives you the most accurate depiction about how all of these products worked, how I felt about them, because I used them all up and used them for the maximum amount of time. So hopefully you enjoyed this too. Stick around, subscribe, join this community, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!